As somebody who has gone to a number of these events, Elon Musk does not like to see anything fail. He is a perfectionist. So when he saw the demonstration of the shatterproof windows shattering not once, but twice, I mean, he tried to put on a brave face there. But having been at these events and having watched him up close, you could tell that this was not sitting well with him. It's one thing to say, we've got a great vehicle, but to sit there and tout that you have shatterproof windows and then to see this happen, that's what stood out the most from the unveil yesterday.
Micah, the specs seem to be pretty solid. They seem to be pretty impressive. Did you take a test ride in this vehicle? Is that the case? If so, what was your takeaway?
I did take a test ride in the Cybertruck. My takeaway was that it did not feel as quick, as blisteringly quick as the rides I've taken in some of the other Tesla products like Model S and Model 3. It has plenty of room in the back seat, and it's got a really cool jump seat in the middle, so you can have 6 people in the truck. It seems a little incomplete for production purposes because there are no side mirrors and the wheels and tires do not look production ready. I've got more questions than answers.
Phil, now that we've seen this, you know, once it's Mary Barra's turn to show her own electric pickup, I mean, what's the likelihood it's going to look old-fashioned in comparison?
Well, it'll look like most of the pickup trucks. Look, General Motors has 31% of the pickup market. They realize that electric vehicles are coming and that they need to have an electric pickup truck. But they are not going to sacrifice the cash cow, which is the full-size and heavy-duty pickup market that they have a huge presence in. So as a result, what you will see when General Motors and Ford and the traditional automakers roll out their electric vehicles, you'll see more functionality tied in with the fact that these are electric vehicles, greater capability, the ability to use tools and accessories off of those vehicles. But you will see a more traditional pickup truck design. I mean, it's proven itself over the last 80 years. Yes, I know that Elon's fans, I know that they will say it's boring. But for somebody who's in Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri, wherever, if they're driving around a pickup truck, they want functionality. They don't want to look cool. That's not what they're in for.
Micah, you mentioned questions around whether the truck is production ready or not. What do you think this is going to do to the production lines at Tesla when they do start to manufacture it? I mean, we've seen what the hiccups were for Model 3. This seems like a whole other design and manufacturing situation altogether.
I suspect there are going to be challenges with making a truck out of stainless steel and then doing that at volume and then doing that to a price point under $40,000. I'm not an economist, but I'm struggling to do the math on how that's going to work out. I have no idea what they think they're going to do and whether or not this will actually appear as it was presented in 2021. I wouldn't be surprised if the timeline gets pushed back a little bit.
Well, and we've seen that before. Phil, while we have you, we also want to ask about this ongoing back and forth between Elon Musk and Tesla short seller David Einhorn. Musk initially wrote to Einhorn on November 8th telling him that he made numerous false allegations against Tesla in his company's investor letter. Einhorn wrote back that day, questioning the company's accounting practices, and now Einhorn just tweeting another letter to Musk, writing in part, quote, "I haven't heard back from you, and I followed up by contacting your investor relations team more than a week ago. Silence." What's your take on this?
It strikes me that this is how we will see them communicate in the future, over social media. I'm surprised that there's any communication between investor relations for Tesla and David Einhorn. And I bet you we will probably hear back from Elon Musk at some point through social media that obviously, hopefully, is being vetted first by the board. But that seems to be the way that these two are communicating. It's like they like to have a little sparring, a little public sparring, as opposed to actually communicating.